I'm good to go whenever you are.
Me as well.
All right. Nice. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're already a little bit into the pistol round, and I mean, all that's happening right now is a B push from BP. One of the big things I note about VP is like when they're playing with confidence, they just steamroll through teams.
Yeah, they push everything. But now, look, I mean, they abandoned it to Bialy, and now he's got pressure, so they have to bring someone back. But I mean, TSM's so spread out right now. Like they can't commit to anywhere because of how far apart they all are.
I mean, Device is pushed all the way into the A bomb site. He's getting a pretty big pickoff here. I was gonna call TSM back. I mean, Posh is in an okay position for info, but a terrible position to actually get a kill. Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, that was just a one and done spot for sure. Yeah, Virtus. I mean, that was a good push by Virtus Pro, but they just so screwed up on the rotations back and forth.
I think
To let Device up that far at long A is insane.
that was the main opening in their play, and I think it was like a massive individual idea from Device just to say, okay, VP's pushing us at long B. My teammates are spotting it because there are 2 TSM members over outside B. And then Device was like, fuck it, I'm just going to run all the way, or walk all the way into A bomb site and kill any rotators, and then my team can come back to me, depending on what I see. So I don't think that wasn't planned. That was all reactionary, which I think is pretty key to note.
It was timed well, too, with, who was that? That was Dupree, I think, over towards B, who peeked on Bialy in the bomb site. Because Device knows when he's walking up long, as soon as that battle happens, he knows at least one person's got to rotate back from A to B.
Yep. Looks like TSM's just gonna push back A. I like the routine that they have going on here, and it looks like they're like watching for everything. So Device is coming up, babysitting Dupree and Kerrigan, but he's watching towards long the entire time as he does it. And Kerrigan's running up the right side wall near Fountain, so that if anyone wants to peek him as a CT, they have to peek out all the way wide to see him over on the right wall. And he's gonna go up with an SMG. And Dupree's just going around, just babysitting as well. So they're just yeah.
I'm just surprised with VP how, like, this is something you didn't notice at Dubai, but, like, when they're playing well, and they steamroll people, like, look how spread out they all are. Like, no one's really grouped up. Like, finally, like, Taz and Neo just got together, but this pistol round, like, one push lower, one's at B solo, I don't know, just these pistol rounds feel so spread out.
So you feel they're stronger in numbers.
Why not? Like, why not do something aggressive like they did on pistol round, see if you can get 1 or 2 kills, and then maybe you have info. But they had like snacks at lower. I think one died like towards the longer bathrooms, and then from there, the other 3 were nowhere to be found.
And that was a pistol armor buy from VP.
Yeah.
Why can't I see the cash right now? What the hell? Can
Might
you?
be glitched. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll just.
Do you want to restart CS?
I'll tweet that to a nice Matt Wood and get him to sort that out.
Yo, I'm trying to watch some fucking demos, man.
Come on. This is amateur hour. I can't see any of the cash, so I'm just gonna guess.
Dude, just pause it now and restart Counter-Strike. You're gonna be fucking miserable in like 4 rounds.
Okay, it's 4:10 in the demo. I'll be back in a sec. I'll take this time to sign off Steam friends so I don't get spammed to, like, invited to groups like things I'm not going to actually say right now.
I love group invites.
They're the best, aren't they? Alright, you're paused at 410?
I'm at 4... No, I'm at... 4:15. Freeze time just ended.
Alright, let's fucking go. Are you live? 418,
Yep.
419, 420. Alright. So I got the cash. We can see that VP's pretty low. It means like, okay, Biley's got the most money, 2,600, Snacks is 2,650. It means that if they get an op next round on Pasha, they're really low on money. So one of the things that they could try doing, it looks like they're playing all their eggs in one basket to win that anti-eco.
Yeah, but why didn't they do this when they had pistol armor, like 5.7s in armor? Like, they've gotten 2 kills here. They spot out a third now at B, so if they had the arsenal, like, this could be, like, a real danger.
Yeah, so what they did on the third round with pistol no armor is what they should have done on second round with pistol armor.
Yeah.
And TSM's pretty split as well in these situations. Like, every time they go down a man or if Virtus Pro pushes them, it seems like what TSM does instinctively is, like, they just... Device will go and try to make a play. And, like, Cajun will go and try to make a play. And it seems like only Zipix and Kerrigan are kind of together, close, trying to figure out, like, whichever way's clear, they'll go there. And then it's just on to Device or Cajun B to just kind of scrim around and figure out what they're going to do next. I think that in some situations is good. Like pistol round, Device getting into A, huge play. But in this situation, splitting up against an eco is what ended up costing them so much. I might lose them this round.
Yeah, it seems like they put Device as like their star and like position to find one-on-ones just to like let him play with his game sense and be like, we're gonna do some shit and see when you can find a one-on-one.
Zipix wins that because he's a really intelligent player in terms of controlling the engagements, turning every like situation where he'd be 1v2, 1v3, he turns them into individual 1v1s. So he isolated that first engagement, killed that first player, now turned it into one versus one. And Zipix does a really good job of doing that. Whereas other players might not have the best movement, or, you know, they might not try to like isolate as well as him. He's just really strong at doing it in basically every situation I've ever seen him in.
This is like the same... Oh no, Snacks fell off. Thought he was gonna push all the way down again. So where do they put Device?
Device, Dupree, and Kerrigan are all going towards long.
long.
A. Yeah, Cajun goes underground, and Zipix just holds outside B. So it looks like they just took They took long control. They're coming to the bathrooms, and there's a stack in the bathrooms from BP. So that's where the next action is gonna happen. But already, like, this is an early commit back to A. Like, Zipix has already moved off of B, and bathrooms isn't even cleared at this point.
That's pretty sick. Snacks is just nuts.
Yeah. Even that last kill, like, I would have backed off in a 4 and 3, and Snipes is just like, nah, I'm just gonna stay here and get the kill.
Just fuck it. Yep. Yeah, I didn't like that fight, but I mean, it helps when you just clothesline him in like 3 bullets.
So I think
But once again, like, look at Device. I mean, he's alive to make some plays towards the end.
yeah, I think, okay, so where this round fell apart, I feel, is that TSM called everyone back from B to do an early A hit without actually pushing back Virtus Pro from A. Virtus Pro was just kept 2 people in bathrooms the entire time. I think it was Snacks and Pasha, was it?
Snacks just aced.
Snacks just aced. Snacks was in the bathrooms with one other person, and
Yeah,
TSM, they pushed up long, and then when they were at long, that's when they called the players back from B, and then they started coming through bathrooms and everything together. But Virtus Pro was still in the bathrooms the entire time, and they did not budge at all, and they were just able to get the free kills. And it seemed like TSM didn't even realize that Virtus Pro was in the bathrooms. It was like, oh yeah, they're not long, they weren't at Fountain. Yeah, this is clear, just come back to us.
Yeah, and I mean, if they hadn't called that back, because they had no map control over towards B, if they had cleared out bathrooms or something, they could have fallen away and showed something new, and Snacks is still just nuts. This is a really crucial force buy as well, because like this is them trying to break money Virtus Pro's money.
It's a good strat. I'm stuck on the smoke grenade right now, but I'm looking at the overlay right now, and it's a good split onto B with that smoke thrown at short. I think they smoked short and the bomb site, or was it just the one smoke? I wasn't too sure.
I was on Monster.
Oh, okay. It was a good smoke. It was a good attempt from TSM.
Neo makes a really good play there because he is inside the smoke, so he can't see anything, and he misses a kill. But instead of like trying to force it and go for like a one for one trade, he just survives outside monster, so it contains all of TSM inside that site. So like when the retake comes in, all of his teammates coming for backup knew exactly where TSM members were at all times. Like just by controlling that staging area outside monster and outside short on the terror side, he just keeps them contained in that site. It was nuts.
Okay, let's fast forward a little bit, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, it's going live. I'm paused at 1:45. It's 11:05 on the demo timer.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Going. TSM, it looks like they're just doing their default with pistol armor, just force buying here and pushing them back from A. Honestly, what they could have done the exact same thing as last round on a pistol armor buy. It seems like a pretty strong rush type strategy, and the close distance of B just at short, and also if you're coming out long with the smokes up, it's a pretty strong tactic. I feel they could have done either. They could have gone either way, but 5-on-4 already is pretty good. And as you said, like before, Virtus.pro is pretty spread. I mean, Biley's on B alone. Taz is at CT spawn, like Graffiti spotting for a long B, and then 2 players on A just passive right now. And TSM has full map control, so they could basically do whatever they want. The only thing that Virtus.pro has,
they're missing.
the only thing VP has right now is Biley spotting the door. That's the only info that they have. That's the only form of map control.
Yeah, it's their only even form of gathering info. I mean, the A players have to play so passive now.
But there's 40 seconds left in the round, so I think TSM might have like waited too long. Biley was in a great position there to just drop a smoke. Oh my god, Neo just ran out that smoke at Heaven like a man's man.
That's Neo for you.
I think it were like in any other situation, I would say that's a really dumb play. But he had 2 teammates in the bomb site fighting, so he had Taz down in Graffiti and he had Biley somewhere else around there. So him pushing out through Heaven, all the terrorists would have been looking not at Heaven. So Neo pushing out Heaven there was actually an alright move.
He also got a kill spamming through the smoke at one of the players who was swinging wide to watch it. So he might have just took the gamble that he killed the player that was spotting for Heaven as they try to take the site.
But if I'm looking at Heaven as a terrorist entering the bomb site and it's smoked off, and there's fights other places, I'm not going to be looking at Heaven anymore. That's a huge pick off from Dupree as well. But it seems like TSM's been on Eco the last... Well, they have been on Eco the last couple of rounds.
Well, they've been force buying because that first gun round they got it down to like 2 people, I think. So they've been like trying to keep the money low, and they've done a really good job of it so far. With this 3-round win streak, Neo's got 0. Oh my god, device. Okay.
It's dirty.
These not even cool.
Snacks just equalizes things. Denzel Washington.
But that's the thing, like, why is TSM doing this with a minute left in the round? Why are 2
Just
people with the
splitting up.
bombs so far advanced on bathrooms?
When they have a
Like, look at the
5-on-3 and they're all
And look at the
split.
rest of their team. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense in that situation. Like, I would have just 5-man, just done a 4-1 split and just bulldozed an area together. I think one of the issues that they have right now is they all have deagles, so they're still spreading around looking for kills, and they're hitting really nuts 1-deeks right now. Like, this is insane how many 1-deeks. They've had 3 1-deeks already this round to get all 3 kills. So I think that's why they didn't just ball up and just push somewhere together when they can just run around and get 1-deeks all the time. Like,
Alright, Dupree, there's 4.
there's 3 1-deeks on Dupree and another 1-deek from, was it Cajun or Device?
No, Device got 2 and Dupree has 2.
No, Dupree has 3 and Device had 1.
From Dupree. Holy shit. I don't understand. Why did Snacks fall away? Didn't he spot the bomb? Like, why doesn't
He
all
did
of
spot the
Virtus Pro
bomb, yeah.
just immediately rotate towards A? Like, why are they even at B?
He might have fallen back, like, as soon as he got those kills, he might have fallen back to the A bomb site and figured, okay, there's a lot of time left on the clock. They can get the bomb and they can still rotate to B. That's probably his logic or reasoning behind it. if I know that the bomb's down long. See, the other problem is it was
might
already
have been that
5 on
his
3 at that
backup was-
point.
Yeah, it might have just been that everyone was too far away to support him, so he
Yeah.
couldn't hold it.
He didn't have backup, so he had to just forfeit it. He knew, okay, bomb's down here. TSM needs to get the bomb if they want to plant the bomb and win the round. So TSM's going to come back here. I'm not prepared to fight. I just equalize it 3 on 3. I'm going to get the hell out of here. So Snacks backed off and allowed TSM to, go for the bomb. But instead of going for the bomb, what Dupree did was he just walked up B and just got another dig and just another 1D kill. It's like that's
and now this forces an eco too on the VP, so this is basically like a 2-for-1 for TSM.
You know what? That was probably the momentum shift here in the game that probably caused TSM to win this game. Sorry for the spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's do you know how mad I'd be if I'm a Virtus Pro player and I lose a round to 4 1Ds?
Oh, I'd be. Listen, you could win a run against whatever team I'm on, and I'd be upset.
And Virtus Pro's buying here. Like this is what kind of confuses me. Like why buy here? Why not save? You have a scout, 2 upgraded pistols, and an M4.
The problem with Virtus Pro right now is they never got their footing in this game. I mean, Snacks basically won them the two of the 3 rounds Virtus Pro have right now. Snacks single-handedly won them. He had that ace that one round, and he had.
But like this is where they could regain. This is like just helping them not regain footing by force buying here. I mean, I guess they have 2 M4s, but like, why not save one and have like a really good buy next round?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like Virtus Pro as a team, they're not doing much at all right now. So how do they expect to win on like a force buy when they can't even win on gun rounds? Like they need to just save and get the ops, and just have Snacks just go ham, and maybe have Pasha just decide to just kill people for once. Like Pasha full buying here, it just hurts so much.
I mean, at least they have Pasha with the pistols paired up with Snacks, who has an M4, so that's good. Neo's alone with a scout, and the other pistols with Bialy. So at least they're trying to pair them up, but like they have no map control towards bathrooms or long. I mean, and Neo is so aggressive with a scout, like he's just dead.
At this point, they have 2 M4s and they have 3 people with armor. They should just save right now. Virtus Pro should not be going for this round, especially with only 1 kid on Snacks. Where is Snacks? He's coming up bank. Oh no, he's coming up underground. Like if Snacks dies here, like there's 0 chance that they win. And knowing that Zipix was over at party, there's just no chance of winning this round. They need to get the hell out of there and just save the guns.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I didn't like that buy like whatsoever. Even if they save the guns, like it's not worth it. Because especially with it's so early in like the losing bonus, they're only gonna have 2 rounds, so they're still gonna have to save basically twice right now. Although they did salvage a 3rd M4, so that makes it okay.
They lost 2.
No.
So again, not worth. I mean, all of them have no money, and losing this many rounds on CT side of overpass, like CT's hard enough as it is. Just the fact that you have to spend more money because you have to buy a kit, and your M4s cost more money than AKs, and you have all these issues that you have to just keep buying and buying and buying. You really need to maximize economy. And to have people sitting here on a force buy and then like a double eco, it's just not acceptable.
And Device just going farming. Yeah, this is just like a default win. But like, look at this one. Like, just to point this out one more time. But like Neo pushing that up all alone, and his teammates are like in the same area, but not as aggressive as him. Like, why is there not?
There's no
at least
cohesion.
Go for that trade and like get close enough before you kind of turn that corner.
Snacks see his foot there?
I'm not on Snacks.
I think Snacks saw Cajun's foot there, and he's just waiting for Cajun to exit. We see a lot of pros buying Deagles these days. I think that's like in the new meta now. It's just
they've been so good recently. I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden everyone's hitting 1Deags.
Was there was it the hitbox update, you think?
Might have been. I didn't see any. I don't think they changed the Deagle at all in the last update.
There was no patch updates for it. Alright, Neo's opping and Pasha's a rifler. I forgot they changed that up. So we see VPs doing their buy here, but their buy is so half-assed. I mean, all of them have a smoke, which is okay, but 3 of them have flashes. None of them have incendiary grenades. 1 of them has a kit. Like, that's the weakest of buys like I've ever seen. And on a map like Overpass, incendiaries are pretty strong at B, at short B, long B.
They just used double smoke on Catwalk.
They just wasted 2 of their smokes already?
Yeah, they used 2 at Catwalk just now.
And 1 at long.
And you know, I mean, and there's that, who was it? Dupree is on Catwalk, so he knows they've used 2.
Yeah.
So it would surprise me if TSM doesn't come back towards B at some point in this round.
Interesting smoke that Zipix just threw at long B pipe.
Where'd it land?
It landed. You see where that smoke is in front of Bialy? That's TSM smoke. Oh, that's a huge pickoff from Kerrigan onto Snacks. I think he was spamming for the boost that you can see into the bathrooms. Oh, good kill by Zipix though.
Well, and this is the issue now, because look at how passive Virtus Pro is forced to play with this pick, and they have no smokes. Like, passive play this late in the round only works if you have smokes or mollies to use to delay even longer.
Pasha's single smoke here might be their saving grace, to be honest, in this round. That's Virtus Pro's only chance at winning this round is if...
Yep. Nope.
Nope.
See you later.
Yeah.
Rest in pieces.
Yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote.
And that was like, even Neo like wanted to go peek long, but he doesn't have a flash for himself or for his team.
No
so he just gets
utility.
blown up.
Without utility, you have to fight. You can't fight against an opera, though. The guy's just posted there. You know, got his head taken off.
God, I wish Virtus Pro just played like they played at Dubai, like all the time. Do you know how cool that would be?
ESL, or was it EMS1 Katowice 2014? They played like that all the time. Hell, the Virtus Pro that played against us at ESL1 Cologne 2014, they 16-2'd us in cash. But at ESL,
they used to be really good at cash.
This is the thing. We beat them 2-1, including a cash game at ESCLN, like a month or 2 prior to the major. And at the major, they just crushed us 16-2.
Said fuck it.
They were pushing everything as well. Like, no regard for human life, not even their own. They just destroyed us. But here's another...
Oh my god.
Like, Taz bought armor in a 5-7. They have deagles on Snacks and everything like that. And they're all just split up. They're not doing any sort of push here. I mean, Snacks is pushing Fountain for info at A, and the rest of them are stacked B, but it doesn't look like VP's playing together at all. This is uncharacteristic VP. Like, this isn't Virtus Plow. They're not playing confident Virtus Pro. And I think this is the main issue that they have, because TSM's just playing standard CS. Like, oh, they're on Eco, let's go get a pick. Okay, well, we got the kill here. They saw lots of us. Let's just rotate back to A. We're going to hit A with a shitload of people. And we have a couple of people to watch for rotations and flanks. I mean, this is standard CS from TSM, and Virtus Pro is just...
I mean, TSM's just so good at, exploiting mistakes that their opponents make, and like with the amount of utility that Virtus Pro is not able to have, there's just so much shit that TSM is able to do. It's just too much of an advantage to give up to this team. And I mean, it doesn't help that Bialy has 1 kill as well. Taz has 4, Pasha has 3. Like, no one on Virtus Pro is even fragging. I'm actually kind of amazed with how this game is going so far that it gets that close in the end.
Must be a very strong T set from Virtus Pro, but yeah, what you said about the fragging ability, that's why this is a map where you need to have just like babysitters at bathrooms. Like, if Virtus Pro kept playing the bathrooms, but they haven't played the bathrooms because they've always been on Eco or force buy, and every time they force bought or been on Eco, they haven't been playing close A. They've been like overplaying B, or they've been doing like a B push.
Yeah, I mean, they just can't do anything. Well, now they finally can. They have their 4 Molotovs, 5 Molotovs, 5 smokes. So, I mean, but this is a buy that could have happened 4 rounds ago.
Here's the quick B rush. The cancel. Is it gonna be the cancel and then the re-exec? Or is Biley gonna
No,
smoke
they're
him
just
off?
letting Kerrigan dry peek it with an op.
I'd be really angry if I was Kerrigan there. If you're leading out with an op and you just have people just like unpatient, like just no patience at all, just like bodying the way in front of you, and then you just can't get a clean op shot, and it just ruins the entire round. Like, I'd be really mad. Like if Kerrigan walks out and takes first contact and gets that kill, completely different story. TSM has a chance at the round, but because the riflers just said like, let me get in front of you, and blocked Kerrigan, and either physically not letting Kerrigan move or by screening him so Kerrigan can have a clean shot on the enemy. That's what cost them the round here.
Yeah, and they set it up once again for Device to be that solo player. So they had him over towards B for A, excuse me, for most of it. And then like if they get even just like 2 kills on entering that bomb site without taking too many losses, like they can slow things down. They don't even have to commit to B. They can let Device use the space to work into A. I mean, that's the beauty of that. When the rotations come in, he's got so much room to work with, like pissed around.
Yep. 2 ops on TSM here, though. And they're both going towards A. Oh, Cajun's taking 1 for Underground. Which is weird because Virtus.pro hasn't really been playing in Underground at all. Like, maybe they did on one of the Rico rounds, but other than that, they haven't been playing there at all.
Yeah, the only thing they've really done with is Snacks just runs down and like throws his smoke and flashes and then he'll fall away. That's about it.
Oh, here it is. Neo's opping into the Underground and Cajun's got the counter pick as well. So it's a good pick off for Neo. And they knew that Cajun goes into Underground like every round. That's actually a good play, just to take control of short B and then op into Underground and just clear and control that area. Because that's the way that the CTs can come up and flank the terrace if there is a push onto the
Oh
bomb
no,
site.
Dupree.
Did you just
You
team
see
molly?
that molly, that was his molly. He missed
Lord.
through it.
Lottie.
That costs him so much, that one mistake.
EU nades, forehead, Ellie giggle.
Yeah, if he doesn't do that, they win the round. It's fucked up. Oh, Kerrigan. I love Kerrigan, dude. Kerrigan's one of my favorites.
When he came in boxing on their way into the
That was sick.
finals.
That was so sick.
And now Device has the op. So like everyone on the team's had a chance at opping at the moment for TSM. And then Virtus.pro, they have max nades again.
They're gonna get aggressive at Fountain.
They won their last 2 gun rounds doing like a normal default standard setup though.
They won the last 2 gun rounds because they finally have full nades.
That as well. But they, I mean, you don't have full nades if you push and die. You can only utilize those nades if you stay alive and you play information base and then only use it when you're pressured as opposed to just dumping them right away. So if Virtus.pro is going to go aggressive there and lose pickoffs at Fountain, then they don't have, like they lose a Molotov or an incendiary grenade and a smoke grenade right there. And then and there, it's just gone because, you died. So that's one of the risks. Like if you have a full buy like this, it's not really worth it to do a push, especially the last 2 rounds you did the default and you've been just locking things down. There's no real reason to change your setup all that much, or if at all.
This is a good play by Nia.
Just getting the fuck out of there, smoking himself and getting out. And then re-pushing. Oh, wow. Yep. That's another thing, like when the situations are down where it's like a 4-on-4, 3-on-3. Random re-pushing, like walk pushing around to take control in this map is really strong because it's all levels. It's like layers as opposed to being a big open map where you have like long rotations. It's all up and down. So walk pushing into the bathrooms is really cool because you can now just go down connector steps and you flank B. I think regressing into bathrooms is really underutilized as well. But Neo just walking back into the bomb site after smoking and escaping. TSM thinks it's free, and then he just walks through his own smoke.
Did he hit Zip next to that? No, there's no way. Angles off. Yeah, I think this is a cool map for, like, there's a lot of ways to gain information as CT and mid rounds on this map. I think that's really, really cool. I mean, you gotta say though that, like, as much as we talk about the force buys from VP, like, look at some of these rounds that TSM had, like, that every round they've lost, they do so much damage to economy. And that keeps these buys, even like when Virtus.pro's 1-2 in a row, like, their money's just, it's an immediate save.
Yeah, this is a pretty grim buy from VP. And Snacks is pushed all the way into Fountain, so they read it as a B take right now, and there should be no real reason why VP is not prepared, but with no utility, like you said, what can they do about it? I mean, 3 of them right now still have head armor, when they know every single person from TSM has either an AWP or an AK. Forgo the helmet and buy a smoke. Like, they're lucky that they chose to do like an okay, the only reason VP won this round was because their money was so low that they chose to do the Snacks push up Fountain strat, where he saw that no one from TSM was there, so they stacked B. That's the only reason why they won the round.
And because TSM didn't send anyone over towards Fountain or towards A, they had no map control and they had no presence, so they knew they had to just hit that bomb site. They had to make that hit happen very, very quickly.
That's why, so when I'm playing with my team, if I want to do, so the default is push back A. Like, that's, I think, one of the most important things to do in this map, push back A, so that you can use that connector rotation. Like, you can clear the blue door connector afterwards, so you can rotate back to B and do a B hit, or you can do an A hit, or you can do fakes and everything in between. Whenever you want to do some B execute right away, if you don't have anyone going up Fountain, throwing a flash, throwing a nade, then the enemy's just going to be like, oh well, on every other round they have a guy coming up Fountain on their default. They're not doing their default right now, and they're not coming Fountain because I just peeked it because they're not doing their default. They're going B. Like, it's just so telegraphed when that happens.
Oh, Kerrigan.
Good position for a 5-7 to be in.
Yeah, and he just lured them into a trap. I mean, there was 2 in bathroom, Dupree and Device, or Dupree and Device were both there.
What?
So like Kerrigan just sucks him right into that.
What is TSM exposed to then on that round? Are they weaker on a B rush then? Where were they set?
They
Okay.
had Kerrigan pushed downstairs,
Yeah.
2 players pushed up towards Fountain, 2 players towards B, and then the Fountain players fell back as soon as they didn't see anything and as soon as Kerrigan called the footsteps.
Okay, so they pushed up to the Fountain. They saw no one, so they fell back into bathrooms. Kerrigan was downstairs. He spotted them, and then he just ran upstairs, hit on the close right, and his teammates were there at bathrooms to just pop them.
Yep.
Interesting. So if there was a B push then, the 2 players that would be at B, and then Kerrigan would fast flank, and then the other 2 people from Fountain could flank as well. Interesting.
The only thing that can really like punish them right off the bat from that is if the 2 players in B just can't live. I didn't see where they were positioned if they were playing more passive, but if they die quickly, then that strat is just fucked. But either way,
I might steal that and see how it goes.
I'm surprised at how aggressively Virtus.pro chased Kerrigan. Like, they pushed him out of stairs.
I think Virtus.pro's strat was to go underground like everyone and then come up the stairs and rush A. I saw a team do that recently.
Either way, you're right. If that's not a 5-7 on Kerrigan, that's still probably a scary round for TSM.
So this new jump hitbox thing.
Yes.
I know the issue is not as big on LAN in terms of just interpolation and hitboxes being misaligned, but people jump spotting now, not nearly as good. Like, it's so easy to hit you now. The jump spotting is not a thing. Now all they have to do is fix the jumping scout accuracy, and we got a game on our hands.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And
What
also...
a clean round for a VP. That's sick. Yeah, that'd be nice. I think they need to change the money bonuses as well. I hate the SMG money bonus.
Money bonus and the Tech 9 damage. Pistol strength is too strong. Ecos are too easy to win. Beyond that, force spies are too strong, making it T-sided. Because Terrors can basically... If 3 of you guys get smokes and flashes, and everyone gets Tech 9 armor, you basically have a full buy. CTs, you need at least like 4.5, 5 grand to get the same value per player. Zipix is going massively aggro by himself there.
It just doesn't give any fucks.
But it's like... TSM split again. Like, these rounds aren't making much sense to me.
Well, they've said in like interviews, I think this is just a product too of like how often they play these teams, where they're just like, all right, we have to. They've said in interviews like we play a little bit more random so that we're not getting read as much, and part of that is just having individual peoples just make individual plays.
Yeah, this is honestly like this is random as hell. Like I don't even know what to say about this because people are legit doing their own individual. It looks like I'm watching Fnatic versus Envy. If you covered up what the teams were and all the player names, I would think this is Envy versus Fnatic right now. No joke. With what's happening in this round.
Doom, doom, doom. See, I like that. That was really no investment from TSM there. They bought upgraded pistols, but they didn't invest into armor. Now they can have Cajun drop a couple pistols because he has a bunch of money. And they'll have a really good buy next round.
Well, you're saying Cajun should drop his teammates' pistols instead of buying himself pistol armor?
Yeah.
Huh.
Spread the wealth, baby. You would have one person pistol armor?
No, I was just, maybe you weren't doing the demo review with me. Maybe I was doing a solo demo review where someone did it, like, legit every single round. Every time his team was on eco. I'm having troubles remembering who it was, but it was every single round.
Was it like a pro player?
It was a North American player. It was like,
oh, well. That explains it.
Whoa, what the hell? It was Ruru. I guess I was doing it by myself.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that one with you. I've never done the POV reviews with you. You do those.
It wasn't a POV one. It was a team one. And I just
really?
noticed that literally every single time X Elevate was on eco, and they were buying pistols, Ruru would get armor as well, by himself. No one else on the team.
See, look at Carrigan. I mean, he has backup if he falls away, but this is like he's alone in stairs.
Yeah, there's a massive issue with going into the stairs by yourself, just because you just never know what to expect coming your way, and even if the pressure on you heads on isn't severe, the risk of getting flanked, there's so many things that can go wrong with it that I think it's only acceptable if you have like a strat based around someone going into the door. So you can have someone go down into the door if you're also pinching from short B and just taking control of that entire area altogether. But if that's not happening, then it's just useless having a player going in the stairs, I feel.
Virtus Pro just fucked up TSM, pushed him all the way back. That's a fake execute onto A, and they have complete map control. Actually, this is a good read though by TSM. They're back here so quickly.
Where's Cajun B right now? Is he in that smoke, the short smoke?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a play if I've ever seen one. Well, That was a good position for him to be in.
That was a sick read by TSM that they caught onto that so quickly.
It's a huge flank from Pasha. Oh, if he throws that nade... Oh, never mind. It's too late. Device getting the hell out of there. Again.
He's booking it.
So that was just a really good fake on A. Then they went back to B. Huge individual play from Cajun B being on the smoke. And the two players rotating back to Graffiti.
The biggest issue, I think, with how that fake worked out is they only threw like 1 to 2 persons full of nades. Like they only had like 1 smoke and a Molotov in the site, and they didn't make a presence with it. Like if they sent 1 player in there to do shoot shots or throw flashbangs, they could have at least kept the defense there for like another couple of seconds, which would have made that rotate back to be more powerful.
I don't even think that was the issue, just because you can rotate so quick. Like, you can be back in short B by the time the smoke are blooming at A. That's how quick the rotation for Blue Door is. I think the main issue was that Cajun B was at the sandbag, and he killed the bomb carrier. And he was almost able to get a second kill, and that slowed Virtus Pro's assault a little bit more. And even with Pasha's huge flank, getting 2 of the members in the water pit, because remember, like that's not the end of the round. They had Pasha set up to walk through A after TSM realized that, hey, it's an A fake, they're going B, let's all rotate to B. Pasha walks through A and flanks them as VP's pressuring B and having everyone to stare at them. But Cajun B, I think, broke that strat. I think that was the main issue in that round. Like without Cajun B being at that sandbag, I think VP wins the round. That was a turning point.
Zipix is so ballsy here. Alright, good. I was gonna say there's no chance he gets away with his life. He was on like an information gathering, but he was just in that short water pit.
Yeah.
Just so exposed to everywhere else. That's all Zipnix. Even though he dies with not even getting a kill, basically for free. All that information, once again, the rotates just come in so quick.
It's also
all that information gathering.
It's also very uncharacteristic of Zipix, because he's the one normally who's just like really poised, really just like disciplined, not pushing, not doing anything crazy. And right now he's pushing, he's going for frags, and he's top fragging because of it.
He's been nutty lately. He's been playing really, really well.
So this looks like a rush strat from Virtus Pro. So next comes underground, smokes off the connector. They're gonna split up short and long B at the same time. But what TSM does here is, as soon as they see that this looks sort of like a push, Dupree just flash pushes himself through the fountain.
What a badass.
And they have this full rotation. There's 4 CTs on B already. And VP still hasn't even pushed in. So I think VP shot themselves in the foot here. I think, okay, so this is the idea behind VP. VP strat is, let's throw a bunch of shit at B. Let's make TSM throw all their counters right now to stop a rush. And then we're gonna re-execute. That was the plan behind Virtus Pro and their play right there. TSM said, oh shit, they're coming B, let's rotate to B. Nah, I'm gonna push Fountain and clear this. Oh shit, Fountain's clear. Yeah, just stay B. They're gonna do a re-execute B.
Yeah, that's a ballsy play from Dupree to get that intel.
Yeah. It was set up to look like just a B rush fake, and then hopefully TSM would stay A. But because Dupree pushed all the way through A into Fountain, like I bet you anything, if Dupree's still back in bathrooms or back in A bomb site, VP could have actually, that could have worked. But because TSM was pushed up, it didn't work. I think that's why it's important to have someone coming to Fountain or to the playground for some sort of info, who can just like run through A and flank anyways through heaven.
Yeah, now I mean TSM's just winning. Look at these now. They have that utility advantage again. Like we in the first half, the only rounds that VP won was when they had all those nades. Now that they don't have it again, they're just getting fucking crushed. And their strategies, because they don't have all that utility, they don't have a lot to spend on pushing back bathrooms over at A. They like these strategies are just so stale. It also doesn't help. I don't think Virtus.pro is ever going to win a match where Bialy's not out fragging Pasha.
One-for-one trade will always favor Virtus.pro. What's going on though? Like everyone's just, these are all individual pushes, except for that initial frag that TSM had, where they had the trade kill after they lost a player. Like Zipic's pushing to short B by himself. That's an individual play. And then, who was it? Was it Dupree who got the kill? Wherever, I don't even know where it happened.
And stairs.
Was it stairs? Like,
yeah, and then he sees one in that short sewer towards water, and he pushes it right after he leaves. He like doesn't even stop holding W. So now he's got all the intel. Look at this rotation back towards the A bomb site. So,
and the only thing that can happen here is VP gets the bomb and just goes short B into B. Like that's the only play that can happen. But yeah, like this is massive. And it's not even like VP's doing anything wrong here. VP's playing this properly. It's just that TSM's making these huge individual plays that they never usually do. It's just catching VP off guard. Because like TSM is one of those teams where they play it by the book, kind of. They play textbook CS. They don't do anything ultra scrimmy. They try to keep it like true to the core. But right now they're kind of like throwing out the textbook and just saying, you know what? I'll call some guidelines, but you guys do what you want.
Yeah, basically. I mean, look at all these individual, like the Zipnik's play and short earlier, Dupree pushing that smoke towards Fountain, like, and even on the T side, both teams were just so spread out. This is just all individual.
Finally see a standard round here, already in the 25th round of the game, from both sides.
It's nice to see. Dwice has that op towards long against Pasha.
Legit, nothing happening still. Okay, this is cool. So what TSM is about to do right now, Dupree and Kerrigan at near bathrooms, 45 seconds left in the round, and VP is like pretty much cleared, like A, and push them back. These guys could walk into the bathrooms right now, and it's gonna be so ultra powerful. Like even right now with the positions that they have, they're pretty aggressive positions onto short A that Virtus.pro is not really gonna account for. And with 30 seconds left in the round, like this is so powerful. Oh, they only got one. Okay. I feel like they should have pushed into the bathrooms in that situation. Like, once the clock hit 50 seconds, like, I would have just been walk pushing into the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Because VP's not going to expect it.
Yeah, and I think that goes completely different if they get that first kill onto Neo. Like, if Kerrigan gets that kill, they might have just won the round from there.
How did Neo get the first kill? It was on Kerrigan's screen for me.
He just hopped him. Kerrigan peeked out like the first like 5 shots, but didn't kill Neo.
Oh, okay. That sucks. No smoke. Device has an op though. It's pretty huge.
They have a kit.
There you go.
Nope. Game over.
That was close from BP, but I think, yeah, TSM's bathroom setup there. It could have been a little bit better if they pushed in, I think. What?
I didn't think he was going to get that defuse.
Oh shit, I think it's a couple seconds ahead of you.
Yeah, you might be. No big deal. Yeah, that's something Fnatic does on their CG side too on this map, is if it's like late in the round and they don't know much, or even if they've like lost a player, like they will re-aggress into bathrooms with like 3 players or 2, whoever they have there. They'll just get aggressive and see what happens.
Fucking one dig.
There's those 4 spies, baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's immediate save call. Nope, not anymore.
Yeah, 3-on-3 and the bomb just got planted.
It was a 3-on-5 when I. Well, I'm behind you.
Sorry. Fruit.
Fast forward this bitch.
I feel like there's like a 5-second buffer zone where if you're at a 3 versus 5 and the bomb's planted, you have 5 seconds to get it to 3-on-3, like a winnable situation. Otherwise, you just call it off and save. And once they made that 3-on-3, it's like, okay, it's a winnable situation. Let's go for it.
Still, I mean, once again, just another round where TSM do damage, even though Virtus.pro won. Like, they still don't have a solid economy quite yet. But I feel like they haven't really had one outside of like 2 rounds in the first half. They have not had a solid economy this whole game.
It's because, okay, like VP, they had 5, 3, and 4 people alive in those first few rounds that they won. But the last 2 rounds that they won, they had 2 and 1 person alive, respectively.
Yep.
Dupree's trying to do one of those solo plays and he just gets caught off guard. But it doesn't matter. I mean, this is an eco round coming out of TSM anyways. As long as they keep that off and rifle into the next round, like, it doesn't matter. They have enough round buffer right now. I mean, 15-11 is pretty close, but they can afford...
Well, for how the first half went, I didn't think it was going to anywhere near this.
No, you would have thought that TSM was just going to spank VP down. VP came back in they got 3 of the last 4 rounds in the first half, which helped them a lot to stay in this game. But you saw, yeah, there's always this one decider moment, and it was the Deagle round where Dupree got the 3-1 Deags. In that round, that was the turning point in this game. If Dupree doesn't do that individual round, I think that was, without that round, I see, 15-15.
That was the start of their 5-round win streak in the first half, right in the middle.
It was 3-3 before then, and then they got the Deagle round, and then it just went out from there.
Yep.
Christ.
That was dirty.
Yeah, without that round, I can easily see it going overtime.
So I think that forced a double save at a VP, so TSM had a couple easier rounds there. Look at how aggressive TSM's able to get at A, because Virtus.pro's never gone there. This has been like all B hits, basically.
Yeah. The other thing with Virtus.pro here is they're all like stuck in long B. No one went short. No one went underground. This is not looking like this. Like, I can see you wanting to rush B, but like they didn't even get out B. You need to use all that fucking space, just all the space that's around there. And if you don't use all the space, and you don't just take all the control of that entire area, it's just a lost cause. And they just grouped up at the entrance. I think the forward people were blind, and they're just blocking the path for everyone else. And that was the issue for Virtus.pro getting out here. But we're about to see the end of the game here, so...
Yeah, it's also the way that TSM plays defense on this map. Like, if TSM gets the opening kill or 2, like, you basically can't take over this B bomb site from them on like a fast B hit, because they don't even like play the bomb site. They play for water. They just hold water for the retake. Yeah. And like once they got those first 1 or 2 kills, it's like then Virtus.pro has to jump through their own smokes to get those kills before rotations, and it's just not going to go well.
Okay, so let's talk closing thoughts on that then. Because what I saw there was a whole bunch of TSM not doing normal TSM stuff, a lot of individual plays from people that don't usually do individual plays, i.e. Zipix, just pushing.
Yeah, Dupree as well.
Dupree did a lot of that. Deagles are back in town.
Yeah, Deagles are back.
Deagles are back in town.
I just saw like a bad economy decision from Virtus.pro, and I mean TSM just basically controlled the economy that whole game, and Like just both teams just like on their T sides, and it's so weird that they had good T sides, but they didn't seem to like control the maps very well. Like on their gun rounds, they didn't seem to like do anything in terms of pushing back map control. They just kind of won outright from all these individual plays.
I wasn't impressed. Like I was actually looking forward to that game because it was a close scoreline. It was TSM and VP. I like watching both of them play. They're both really good teams to watch. I wasn't impressed though. Like I almost felt bored watching that.
I'm really impressed with how individual like how the players of TSM are playing at the moment. Like in terms of like skill.
Yeah, it's very different from what they traditionally do, where the more like the support players play like really strict and disciplined, and now they're trying to like actually make their own plays. But for the like overall, like it didn't feel like VP was in their element. First of all, I think that's what took a lot away from it, and I don't know what contributed to that. I know that Dupree getting that huge round with the Deagles early on probably like shook them to the core, and that caused a momentum swap. That's what helped TSM get that like 5-round lead on their terror side, and that's probably what won TSM the game. But just the pacing and tempo of the entire game felt just off. I don't know. It just felt like not right. It didn't. Do you get what I'm saying at all, or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. It was very weird.
It was very weird.